Hello.
All right.
Hey.
Sorry it took me a second, but I'm here.
Finally. I'm just kidding. Just joking.
To get your little setup for painting these things.
I have it set up. Am I any good at it? Remains to be seen.
Okay.
It is harder than I thought it would be, truthfully.
What part's harder, the doing it with the setup? Like, is it hard to see it?
They are small, but I have a magnifying glass which I'm using to show through right now. But hey, Sheldon. But really the hard part is it's really easy to lose detail on these.
Ah,
And you can't really get it back. And so you have to keep everything really thin. And I am not as good at that. Plus, make sure you're watching for like light source and detail and all that good stuff. So it's a lot harder. To all those people who paint Warhammer, you guys are the real MVPs because that is.
I forgot. Is that what those are? I know you told me, but I forgot.
I'm too broke for Warhammer. This is actually just a Heroescape. Not that those are cheap either, truthfully, but this is Heroescape. So it's still similar type board game, but not quite the same. Not quite the same at all, honestly. Um, Maybe one day I'll have the skills to do um, something a little bit more intense, but right now, what are you redrawing the front of your cover?
Do you recognize that?
That's from your books, isn't it? Am I wrong?
You're 100%.
That's Fist, right? Fisto or whatever? Isn't it? Okay. Why are you redrawing it? Just for funs?
I was, all right. I have to, full confession.
Oh no.
So,
Okay.
you're like,
Full
oh,
confess.
someone I know um, was farting around with some AI stuff. And he was like, "Hey, I did some AI redos of covers to comics I've done, and do you want to see what yours would look like?" And I was kind of like, "Yeah, okay." So we ran it through whatever filter, and
Mhm.
I have to be honest, it's like it's crazy what these stupid fucking filters can do. It really put up some stuff that really looked interesting. And I get why it's going to be such a struggle because it's so easy to get something so interesting. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
That being said, this filter thing that this guy used, um, it made me look at the cover. This is the cover to book 4 that I drawn, and I was just looking at it. I'm like, Jesus Christ, it looks awful. Like I could do so much better than that. I'm kind of disgusted with everything about it. I couldn't believe how slack ass it looked. And so I'm like, I just have to redraw it just for my own like sanity.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So but I thought about sending you these things. I know this is this goes against what we're supposed to be all about. I didn't do it. I don't even I don't even know how people do these things. But I wasn't gonna lie, it made some interesting things. I was like, that looks kind of there's some parts of this that are kind of cool
Yeah.
just to see it in this different light. And I'm like, this is kind of showing me like this thing, it's not going away. It's just
Yeah.
going to be interesting to see where everything kind of falls in the long term. But
Sure.
the things that people can do and how people are going to be using it, it ain't going anywhere.
Oh, I know. That's what people always tell me. I actually met someone who I didn't even know. I've known this person not very well, but through family members and stuff for known them here and there. But he's a pretty big artist, And he was like, I hate AI so much, but I'm also like, it's so cool sometimes, and I hate that. And
Yeah.
I kind of said the same thing. I said the thing that sucks, I just don't think it's going anywhere. Which at the end of the day, it's like, okay, I just if it really could always be used as a tool and that people could understand, like you're not getting, a real artist's um rendition. You're not getting human art. Like, think about the repercussions of that. Think about if that's really what you want on your wall. Like, and some people, they might not care, that's fine. But I think that obviously at the end of the day, there you really we're just gonna have to like kind of live with the fact that it's there.
Yeah.
As much
Um,
as I hate it.
and I still wouldn't like um, tolerate on a personal level anybody being like, look at this amazing thing I made. And like, did you type that into a computer? Sure did. Then it's like, fuck you. You didn't make nothing. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And then like, I was reading just recently that I think it was San Diego Comic Convention put out this big news press release that they're not going to allow anybody that does AI art be part of their, the celebration and the artists and stuff like that. They're banning AI art from San Diego Comic Con. I'm like, good.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, at the end of the day, I always say I call it imaging. Like, I don't even call it art.
I like that. Yeah, that's
I
I like.
always say it's imaging, not art. But some people are like, well, you have to put in my father-in-law, which is it's crazy to me because he actually does these. He does miniatures. He is such an amazing artist. He's so creative. He has such a good eye. It's actually, Marcus did not get the same gene. Um, which is fine. I mean, he's always like, "I can draw a stick figure," which is fine, he's other, aspects. But he's such an amazing I'm like, "Dude," but he will use AI for stuff because he thinks it's so cool, and I'm like, oh, I wish you would just use your own art because he creates, like, board games and, he'll make things for, like he's a D&D, dungeon master, and so I'm like, "Oh, I just wish you would just not," but you know, it is what it is.
Here, and that's it. It's nothing we can do about it.
Yeah, it's true. Not much can be done.
Or at all, because I was kind of like playing devil's advocate just for sake of argument, just for sake of conversation. Um, what if there's like over all the time I've been doing my own comic art and stuff like that, I've been part of websites and all that type of stuff. I've known guys who are passionate, dedicated comic fans who want to make comics, but they're writers. And
Sure.
the only thing that they can do is try to find artists that want to work with them to bring their stories to life. But like most of us, these guys don't have any money. So
Yeah,
what are you supposed to pay an artist with? And so you're if you can't afford to pay a guy, then the best thing you can do is try and find somebody who's willing to work with you for nothing and hopefully build something together. And this one writer I was talking to, he's like, it's such a slog because everyone that I kind of find that seems like they want to like, yeah, I'll join up with you. We'll see what we can make. It's like they flake and disappear and don't do anything. He's like,
yeah,
to make the stuff that I want because I'm a writer, not an artist.
sure.
And so he's stuck. And I'm sitting here like, well, what if this person who never gets to see their stuff realized suddenly has an option to do that? It kind of like on some level kind of makes sense to me. Like how else,
Yeah, there's that. That's true.
you know what I mean? And again, just kind of playing devil's advocate. I understand like the ripping off, the stealing kind of aspect of it, but it's like this guy will never have his work seen otherwise. Because it's hard enough as just a comic artist to get your work seen, but as a writer, how do you get it seen? How are you going to get somebody to sit down and read your?
Sure.
Most people are like only going to look at a glance, and if they can only see your art at a glance, you might catch their attention. But they're like, "Hey, would you go to my place, my website, read my script?" No one's going to fucking do that.
I think I would be down for, like, I could support that if there was a way to regulate it in for companies. But the problem is, of course, there's not. Like, you can't do that because then it's like, well, the problem is that it's also inexpensive for everybody, which means all artists are gonna essentially lose their jobs. Not in every situation. I mean, you've got DC Comics. They said they're not going to hire
Yep.
anybody who uses art. They're not going to use AI, which I think is awesome. But that's just obviously we know that there have been people fired for to be replaced, and so I think if and not just in art, just as a general rule. I mean, Amazon fired how many people? It was thousands, right? Or was it hundreds? Maybe
I,
about only
I
hundreds.
don't know anything about an Amazon situation, so you'll have to.
Oh, well, according to my husband, and my husband's very pro AI, so it's a sore subject. But um, but it's interesting because my husband has like he knows his job will even be on the chopping block at some point. Dude, I just really messed that up because you know AI can do his job better than he can. So it's he knows. But he was telling me, he's like, "Yeah, like, so I guess, like, Amazon replaced, was able to replace, a lot of these people using AI instead, so they did end up." This would have been months ago, but I don't know. That's the tough part for me is what is going on? Sheldon says the writer could learn how to draw, which I think has happened a lot. Um you get people who do that, but even not comic book, let's say just, my, brother-in-law, he's an author, and, he he wanted covers done a certain way that reflected the way that his, characters in the book looked, and, he really wanted them. Now he'd even asked me to draw him at the time. I didn't have time. So, I was that artist that couldn't, not that I know that I could have done exactly what he wanted. I don't know. But to be fair, like he was unable to, draw them himself. And maybe he could have learned. I will say, I would give him props for this. He did not end up going with AI. Surprisingly, he was able to find somebody who did digital art, either really, really cheap, or like as a trade. She did it. And that's what he went with. He found a digital artist, which is same as an artist in my mind.
Oh, of course, yeah, it's art if you're making it by hand,
Yeah.
scratch, the tool.
So he went with a digital artist, and she was like, I can do it for, I think each cover was like, I don't know. He said something really cheap, like either she traded him or something, but I think it was like less than $100 for each cover or something. Obviously, that's not a full book of art, but I don't know that he would have ever had the ability to draw that himself. I don't know, maybe I guess if he practiced it.
Serves you can, I think art and the ability to draw and paint and render and that type of stuff is not something that anybody can just, I'll just learn to do it.
Mhm.
Innate way of having your brain look at the world and process and pump it out. Like my brother John, you know him, he can draw. My older brother, there's no amount of like studying that he could ever do that would ever get him to produce like he could be a comic artist. It's just not possible, you know.
Fair.
So, and I think Sheldon was kind of joking, obviously, but it's it's just frustrating. It's there's going to be a lot of bad and people losing jobs, but it's obviously going to just be around. And where does it's just going to be interesting to see where everything kind of lands. But
Yeah, I
I
agree.
I won't support anybody who's like I was just saying, like yeah, here's a page full of, amazing art. Like, oh, this is just a computer created this. You're not an artist. You just typed this into a computer. No, absolutely not.
Yeah,
Nate,
it's true.
Nate the Australian.
What up, Nate?
I'm kind of thinking about just doing like a video where I talk about it, just to kind of like the just conversation that you and I just had. That's the same kind of thoughts, just something to kind of chat about, and this stuff is definitely.
Definitely help, I guess, with some of the anxiety. I think if we can think of ways to like, okay, you know what? Don't need to support it, but like, here's how we can like get past maybe the anger. I don't
Right.
know. I don't know. Don't love it. I'm getting a teaching degree, as you know. Well, attempting to. It's not, going the best. And I saw my cousin last week and she was telling me about this program. And she was like, "Yeah, it's AI, but it can teach your kids the same thing that it takes teachers, uh, I think she said most of a week, supposedly statistically speaking, 2 hours in 2 hours. And they don't waste their entire day in school, because they're not really learning that entire time in school. Like there are statistics that say that by the time they get to a certain point, they're not really learning anymore, in the day, because it just kids just aren't getting anything from it after a certain point. And I was like, "Oh," she's like, "Yeah, it's this tutoring type thing." And I'm like, "So now AI is taking my other job." I'm
Yeah.
like, "Great."
Fantastic.
But I could see that being an area, as much as I don't like it, that it could improve our lives a lot, because I do think, that is an area that we struggle with in this country is our education.
Oh yeah. Like kids' proficiency scores are in the toilet in this country.
I know. It's true. Sheldon says Amazon laid off 14,000 people. They said it was because AI efficiency. Yep, I knew it was something to do with AI.
Yeah.
It was just better. It's just so much better. Better than us. It knows it.
Right.
Forget to dry brush this, and so I got too much paint on the. Mr. D Man, yo yo. Also saw Sabrina, I think earlier. Said hi. I think that was the name. Sorry if that's wrong. I often do that, so it won't be the first time.
You are so horrible.
I really am. Sheldon says, I don't like the electricity, water guzzling data centers they keep building for AI
Uh,
either. That's a good point I hadn't thought about.
yeah.
Anyone notice their energy bills are increasing because of it? I mean, I never know if it's my energy bills increasing because of something exterior like that, or if it's because I have teenage boys now and they leave every light on in the house and everything plugged in. I don't know. But if I can blame it on AI, that would be great.
But if it's your kids, you can maybe affect it by yelling at them, like, God damn it, kids.
Yeah. And that's usually how I do it. I'm like, what the heck are you thinking? Trying to cause me problems? Speaking of children, how are yours?
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Oh, sweet boys.
Your kids are sweet. Tell me how you do that. Just kidding. I love my kids.
Yeah, yeah. Just kidding, kids. If you're listening.
They're not. 'Cause they don't love me that much.
Mom left doing her weird little painting thing.
Mm-hmm. Who knows what they're doing?
Very lucky with my little monsters. You're just such good little kids.
You little monsters. That's so funny. Um, the Montoya 76 says hello there. Hello. I don't know if that's somebody and their name has changed. I don't know. Or if you know them by the name. I don't know.
Who? What?
The Montoya 76.
Yeah, he's been a watcher for a while.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like Monty.
Monty, all right.
Like him at the time. Yeah. He's like, what the fuck? I'm out of here.
It's like I'm learning that Rob is kind of a bitch.
Yep. It's like I've always known it, but now.
Mr. Demon says those things won't last long. Some crazy activists might try and blow them up. Oh my gosh, that got dark fast. Also, maybe
So perhaps.
it's not the worst prediction I've heard. I could totally see it.
Sanity going on.
It's wild. What'd you say?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, I thought you said something.
Right here. I never have anything interesting to say.
Amen. Me either.
Finally, you admit it. I've been telling you for years.
Why do we do this? Sorry, I'm shaking this pretty bad. The best is when I try to use this magnifying glass and then I forget that it's in front and I just try to go straight through it with a paintbrush. I'm like, what am I doing here? It's wackadoo.
Jerry Gaines, what's up? What's up? I had a guy comment on one of my videos today. He says, "You man, you talk a lot of shit. Your comics better be above reproach, man." So it's just fun. I said, "Hey, fuck you. Thanks."
Oh, okay. I thought maybe you said something like, you know what? Check them out and find out for yourself.
I'm gonna go fuck himself.
That was mature.
It is. I felt a sense of satisfaction. I shouldn't.
That's fair. I get it though.
It's weird is the video that he left that comment on. I wasn't even talking shit about that book really. It was just like, kind of okay, and there's some things about it I didn't like, but there was some stuff that was kind of cool, and the next ones after this get better, but this one's like,
It's probably his favorite book ever.
He said, "Oh my god, you're so stupid. You can't draw this well. You have no right to comment." I'm like, is that how that works? Is that how criticism works?
Sometimes I get annoyed with that kind of stuff. It's like, you do it then. But it's true. That's not how criticism works.
Like, do I need to be a chef to know that some some line cook behind the wall there literally shit on a plate and served it to me. I'm like, hey, it's no good. Don't need to be a chef to know that shit on a plate is bad.
But you kind of are a chef, so I don't know if that's really a great, you know.
No, Jerry, it wasn't that one.
Hello, Jerry. Oh, I just really shit the bed on that, but we are where we are.
You ever finish that drawing you're doing of your friend?
It's not fully finished. I did more on it, yes. I did the classic me thing and I just put it aside.
The, another long line of artist abandoned projects.
Yes.
I will get back to it, I promise.
One day. Yeah, pretty much. I really struggle sticking with it.
It was looking really good.
Yeah, I think it helped me a lot to do it when I was doing it, um, truthfully. But then I think that, in a way, I was like, I'm going to let this go for a sec here.
Jerry's asking, what series is the little figure from?
Hero Quest. This one is, I think, the jungle one. I haven't played this one yet, so. Monty says dealing with the idiots is part of the gig on YouTube. Haha. Haven't had that yet myself, but I haven't done any reviews.
Yeah, no, I know it. I get them. It's they're not really that many, so they always stand out pretty prominently in my mind when somebody just shows up and like, "Man, you fucking suck. What the hell's your problem? You should get off." I'm like, "All right, calm down."
I'm telling you, it was his favorite one. His mommy read it to him when he was little.
Mommy read it to him that night.
Yeah, probably.
Man, getting his mom reading him comic book.
Mm-hmm. Guaranteed.
Shotgun Scream says, "Winners ink their comic every day." True, or at least we try. Maybe not every day, but most days. And that I'm using. It's one of these kind of nice drawing pens, but it's kind of close to end of life. So I'm
Mm.
just filling in black spots with this thing in a way that I would never do with a pen like this, but I'm just trying to burn up the last little bit of ink. It's like, come on, just run out. I don't throw it away while it can still put some ink down. It's like, come on, just run out for me. Just be done. Let it
Don't
go.
worry. Sheldon says, while drawing her friend, Jessica suddenly realized that she had Hero Quest sculpt to paint. Oh, yes. Basically. Basically. I was like, it was actually my grandma. Grandma, it can wait.
She's not going anywhere.
Not like she's gonna see it anytime soon, anyways. Woman.
Yeah, Sheldon, like getting all the toothpaste out of the tube. That's, yeah, basically, it's keep squeezing. Come on. Yeah, a little bit.
Gotta groom my dog tonight.
You what?
Gotta groom my dog tonight. He's he's got a regular appointment to the vet tomorrow, but then they're gonna be getting him ready for the old uh, neutering. So
Oh, you have to rename him Half a Sack.
yeah, I'm probably just gonna call him that. It's a good one.
Come on, Half Sack, let's go. What kind of dog is it?
He is the worst dog.
What kind of dog is it?
He's a Shih Tzu Maltese mix. Should have known better.
Uh,
What'd you say?
you said that with kind of like a it's this.
Yeah, the when I remember taking him in one time to the vet, and the vet literally called him. I said, she's like, "Well, what's his breed?" And I said, "Oh, it's a Shih Tzu Maltese." And she goes, "We got ourselves a shitty malt, huh?" I go, "Okay, yeah, fair enough. Not wrong. Not wrong at all."
Getting any snow up there where you guys are living?
Oh, we haven't gotten much. We got some earlier last year, like in the winter.
Snowed down here almost at all. It's kind of
I've heard that.
like nothing. It's freezing cold, but
It's cold here too, but there's not. I thought, great. So I move away from Utah and then it decides, oh, never mind, we're not going to snow because I hate the snow. Dude, old Utah. Be back out there this year to visit. What?
uh-huh.
What'd you say?
Uh-huh.
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
Gonna be going to the old wedding.
Getting married.
Kate, my sister who's on here sometimes.
Oh, she not, I guess, obviously.
Her and her man have been together for a very long time, but they are officially engaged as of actually last year they got engaged. And so, yeah, they're having a big old party.
Oh,
It is going to be the cost of my down payment on my house, basically.
spare no expense.
I'm here for it, honestly, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
yeah,
You
we're
know,
doing.
sign me up. Look who
Yep.
chimed in.
Is it her? Is it her? Whose wedding? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's hers. I am actually the maid of honor.
Aw.
So yeah.
Guess you have to go.
Yeah, I think she'd actually kill me if I didn't show up. I have so much anxiety that something's gonna happen. I'm not gonna make it on time. I have had multiple dreams of things going wrong that day and somehow me not making it.
Aw.
Like I'm always late. Half the time it's my husband's fault. Half the time the time changed. I didn't understand. It is something. But I obviously do not plan on that happening, Kate. If you are still listening,
Are you guys
that's
are you guys
that's. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
are you flying out?
No, we never fly. We can't afford it with our children.
Uh,
So we are driving. We're gonna be out there for a couple weeks. Honestly, we'll try to see everybody. Maybe I'll come pick up my artwork.
right.
Um, yeah, we're gonna drive. And honestly, a lot of She is technically my brother or my husband's sister, but she's really my sister. And but my family is also a lot of my family is going, so it's kind of cool because we're gonna try to get like an Airbnb and hang. It's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be a good time.
Sounds fun. Sounds fun.
Yeah, I've had dreams where somehow the wedding has gone awry and it's her dog's fault, Kenai. I don't like some things occurred and like at one point we were having issues with I don't even remember the exact scenario, but we couldn't find him in a dream I was having. And we found him at the florist. And at one point she goes, "Oh, that's right. Kenai had an appointment at the florist today. We forgot." Like, why did the dog that's just where it's gotten. I, it's funny. What big plans do you got for old 2026, Robert?
Literally the same thing I've been doing forever, which is nothing. Just working and getting comics out there. That's
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 awesome though.
that's the exciting part. It's,
Maybe if I fail school hard and I just don't go back, maybe we should try to do our one comic we were talking about.
uh,
I mean, give it a shot. I can't draw it, but
well, in that case, I hope you fail school.
I can't. You said you would do the artwork.
Oh,
I'm one of those writers who can't do the artwork. That's me.
I know.
I'm one of the people you were talking about earlier. You're like, I know you suck. I just don't have it in me. Debating if I should do with this guy's eyes, if I should just do some dark in them or I don't know, try to make them glow like the old crystals on his back. That's looking really good.
This drawing,
Yeah, that ink just looks that's crazy looking how dark it is. And like the saturated parts, you can't see any lines or anything.
yeah,
That's super good.
significantly happier with this version of it than I was the
Oh, the printed version.
yeah. It's
That's always kind of crappy, but to
like
be fair, it looked really good, I thought.
you would see them side by side. You'd be like, okay, this new one is better. Yes, Rob.
Do a special edition reprint. People deserve it.
Maybe. But yeah, you were asking what are my plans for this next year. It's like really just getting the comic out there that I'm working on, and then
Yeah,
get going on the next one. Just keep making them and do that as long as I humanly possibly can.
sure.
Making comics.
Are you gonna try to do any or don't get angry if you already have and I'm just not around for this. Have you thought about doing like a Kickstarter for that or anything?
No, I that's what I'm going to do with the one that I've been working on, the whole Dick in a Jar book.
Yeah, yeah.
We're just
That one.
Chuck to get the inks done. Um, we decided that we weren't going to put it out there until it's all completely done. So it's ready to go.
Okay.
He's cranking away on them. He's real close.
Chuck.
Yeah.
Awesome. I mean, it's a ridiculously hilarious thing. So, but I'm sure it'll be even better once it's all together.
And I, I was looking at the art and I was kind of going over the dialogue in my head that was going to be. Oh yeah, okay, I remember. Just this scene that happens right towards the end of the book, and I'm
Sure.
fully aware, like this isn't new, but I'm just looking at it. I'm trying to like switch my brain off and imagine that I'm someone new reading it for the first time, and how will they do it? And for some reason, just this scene right at the end, this little single page and a couple of panels, like the way it all kind of played out together, it made me laugh out loud. Like it hit me in like the way that I want it to.
Sure.
I was watching it. I was just reading it. I'm like, okay, he's going to do this. He's going to say this. And you flip it over, and this thing happens, and then this thing happens, and I laughed out loud. It just caught me as like, oh god, that's it makes it. It's funny to me. So hopefully that translates over to everyone else that's going to get it when it's done.
That's so funny. Hey, that's always good when you're like, "Yeah, I love it. Turned out great."
I don't know if it's a bad thing when you laugh at your own stupid jokes. I don't know if that's.
There's a lot of great comedians that do, so don't
Yeah.
don't put yourself down. So,
Thanks, Sheldon. He says, "Great arms, Rob. The mech arm and the shiny gauntlet look cool." Thanks. I've kind of stumbled upon a way to draw, or rather render, shiny metal and stuff like that from watching Chuck ink his stuff, and the way that he does it. Now I can't replicate what he does digitally because he adds all kinds of layers and lines and stuff. But just looking at what he had done, it kind of just made me realize that I could get way more creative with the line work to like render the shiny parts. And so I started getting a little bit more playful with it. And I like kind of what I've been able to come up with. And it's just learning from Chuck.
learning from Chuck. That should be the name of Chuck's. I don't know what his YouTube channel is, but learning from Chuck.
Just his name.
See, you see that?
And he's going to start putting together his own stories
Oh, for real?
once he wraps up with me. He was telling me. And he's kind of hinted at, kind of like subtly being like, "Oh, I might want to." He's like, "I'm starting to get some ideas or something like that." And
Yeah.
so I've kind of been expecting it. I kind of figured like that would be the next step for him. He's like, "You know what? I'm drawing." And I was like, "I want to make my own shit. Everybody is. Why don't, it's my turn. It's my time." And so I'm excited to see what he's going to come up with.
Oh, wow. Yeah. He's crazy. I'll be honest with you, I used to watch him. He would, I don't know if he still does, but he would always have one come up and it would notify me on Sunday mornings. And just how quick and he is. I mean, you are too. I always think you are. I don't ever see any artists myself personally who seem to be as quick at just pumping out the artwork as you are. But he's just so decisive with his inks. Like he just knows, yep, this is what I want to do. And when he puts the pen to paper, that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. And, he's got that trained hand for doing it professionally for years. And, he kind of stopped doing the art and comic thing for a stretch of time, but he's kind of back at it. And he's like, "You know what?" He's like, "I still got it." I'm like, "Yes, you do, sir. Yes, you show everyone." Like that's the thing about doing art and comics. It's like if you love to do it, as long as you're not having any kind of like cognitive decline or like hand-eye coordination or like Alzheimer's or handshaking, or like you could pick this stuff as long as you can, just a
Sure.
really factor. And I'm like, "Yeah, man, make some stuff. Why not? Show us what you got."
Agreed. Life is too short.
Life is short, like my friend Jessica.
It is. I'm the perfect metaphor for that. Life is about the same height as me.
4 foot 11 3/4.
Mhm.
Not quite 5. We're going to tell people 5.
It's true. It says 5 foot on my driver's
Yeah.
license because it would feel honestly, I feel like saying it just sounds so annoying. Actually, I'm not 5 foot. I'm 4'11 and 3/4. Like, why would I do that?
Could squeeze out 1 more 1/4 inch. So,
Hello, Ginger Bear.
Jason, he's making some badass comic pages.
Yeah.
He's doing kind of a Punisher type, guy on a quest of vengeance, but he's like really leaning into the gory violence of it, and it's awesome.
Oh, wow. It does sound cool.
Yeah, I know several people that are making comics out there. In fact, yeah, in the chat, we've got Sheldon. He sent me his book, which will be showing up on the channel here in the not too far future. Sent me a comic that he did.
Ooh. That's awesome. I love that. I love that there's so many people out there doing that.
I know several people that are just like, I want to make a fucking book. I'm going to make my own. And,
Yeah.
you know, like we were saying, Chuck is going to work on his own. He's got some stuff he wants to do. And Ginger Bear there, he's working on his stuff. There's my buddy. Most of the people in the chat here know Mitch, Blood Forest Mitch, who's doing that amazing book that I can't
Mhm.
put my hands on.
That's right.
I'm doing Dixon and Jars.
Yeah. Really, you've got the most serious, most important one.
Yeah, I've got the most like socially and critically relevant concepts.
You're gonna learn something when you read this one
I'm
from.
going to learn all about.
Yeah. It's gonna be something that, you're really gonna take away a moral and don't you worry about that.
Yeah, Ginger Bear says Mitch has been drawing some kick-ass stuff on his recent streams. Yep, I've he's kind of been on hold for a minute due to like he's kind of some family stuff going on. He's kind of been having a hard time getting
Mhm.
up there consistently for a stretch, but there's a timeline on it where it'll be done and he'll be back at it. But he's he's good. He's really good. What's awesome is my channel kind of paying itself off in a way. Is like
Mhm.
there's this guy who's kind of a it's got kind of a name out there in kind of the indie comic world for various reasons. I think most of the people here in the chat would know who he is, but I'm not going to mention his name just for the moment, just because it's easier. It's not. But I kind of saw him posting on a page on Facebook. I'm like, dude, when are you going to put out um, like your own comic? Because this art looks amazing. Like, well, actually, I do have it. Go to this link right here. I'm like, okay. So I was looking at it briefly. I was at work, so I couldn't stare for too long, but I was going to get back to it later. And then being a smart kind of, guy trying to keep his, here's somebody like me saying, hey, when are you going to make a thing? So he messaged me privately and said, hey, here's a link, let me know if you're interested. You can pick up my books on my website here. I'm like, okay, cool. So then I said, by the way, I don't know why I brought it up. It feels kind of like self-serving for me to say it like this, but I was like, hey, just so you know, like I do a YouTube channel and this is my channel and and I make my own stuff and just that's kind of why I'm interested to see your work. So then, I don't know, about an hour later, he gets back to me. He's like, dude, I just watched some of your stuff. Your stuff's great. Can I just send you some of my books and will you put it on your channel? I'm like, sure. He went from like, here, you go here and buy them to I'll
Here,
send
I'll give them to you. Yeah.
I swear to God, I didn't ask for anything for free because I was gonna order some of his stuff. But so it's just one of those like the what he got to see from what I was doing, he was like, here, I'll just send you some shit. I'm like, well, that's nice. And so
That's awesome.
apparently the stuff is in the mail on its way.
That's awesome.
Yes,
You might s
he's been doing his Sunday streams for the last couple weeks. Yeah, I mean yeah, but he hasn't been able to make his videos for his channel and stuff like that. But
Oh, Chuck?
no, this guy Mitch we were
Oh,
talking about.
oh, I see what you're saying.
It sounded like his daughter and their kids had to come stay with him for a extended period of time. There's not a lot of space, and so
Mm,
space kind of got occupied, and having kids around is kind of hard to find a quiet time, something like that. So he's like, it won't last for long, but for the moment, this is just kind of how things are. So
yeah,
like he's being a good guy, good dad, whatever the scenario is.
that's fair. Life happens.
Ginger bear. Dude, that's actually brilliant. He says he should take advantage of the full house and put them to get all to work packing his Kickstarter boxes. You know what? I bet if he had books in hand, which I'm assuming he doesn't because it's probably still being colored, that would probably be a really good idea. He's like, all right, kids, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you direction. Here's one box. Take one comic, one box, tape it up. Y'all are going to earn your
Earn your keep.
yeah, exactly. That's an element of the when I do one, I'm like, oh, that'll be a fun thing because it's just gonna all be me. I was telling my roommate, I tell Whitney, like, when time comes, I'm gonna like your help to pack, comics in boxes to get them mailed out.
Put your boys to work.
I might. Just depends on
Just be like, "Wanna help dad out? You wanna come do something fun?" Make it like,
new.
"No, thank you." Be like, "Hey, maybe we'll do this, and then when we're all done, I'll go get, I don't know,
I'll
whatever their
feed
favorite
you.
food is or something." Yo, what?
I'll feed you. You don't
Yeah.
get anything to eat until this shit's done.
Okay, I wasn't saying that, but maybe you give them, like, their favorite thing or something. My kids just I'm like, "Dude, if you don't help me out." My husband always says, "I tell you what, you help me with this." He'll talking about going and grab him something for one of the little kids. "I'll cover the rent this month." How does that sound?
How about this? Here's the deal.
Yeah. They're like, "All right, fine." They love it, I'm sure, as you can imagine. They think it's hilarious. They never roll their eyes.
Ginger says he used to do jobs like that as a kid for a few bucks, spend a few hours stuffing envelopes for things. And he says Rob's kids will be like, I don't want to go to dad's house. He makes us work for free for the family business. You know what? Their mom would be like, you know what? I like that. You're going.
They're like, "Oh, shoot."
Mom would be on her. She's like, no, teach you kids to work.
It's like, "Oh, I actually like this." They're like, "Shoot." Mom and dad got us again.
Backfired like a.
Yeah. That didn't go the way you thought it did you? Did it? My kids, I feel like, complain a lot about their chores and stuff, but they also get paid. I didn't really get paid. Actually, I never got paid to do chores when I was a
Got
kid.
paid. This is like
Huh?
I never got paid either. This was you guys fucking do this and just or I'll kill you.
Or like you can go to your room and cry about it.
And no, you can't go to your room until the chores are done. You could go to your room and cry about it. But either
I
way,
know.
this shit's getting done.
Every time my kids like argue back or they're like, my husband would be like, my dad would have beat my ass if I'd said that to him.
Right.
I'm like, oh my gosh.
True.
Uh,
Kind of fun watching miniature painting.
huh?
Ginger Bear says it's kind of fun watching miniature painting.
Aw, thanks. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I don't know how this is gonna come along. I'm liking it better. I just started it today. It will probably take me another day to actually finish because once this is, I get all the color where I want it, then I have to do like a dark wash and like it's a really runny, and it's gonna have to go over it, and then it'll fill in all the crevices so that everything kind of pop out. I didn't do a great job. This was my first one, and I learned from my mistakes. This was my first one that I did, but if you can see, I accidentally lost the detail, most of the detail of the scales. So I'm trying this one, and I have more dudes that look just like him, so it'll be lots of practice. The Blythes, or the Blythes. So
What
we'll
color are they before you start painting them? Are these some neutral?
these were this dragon, or not this dragon. This is a basilisk. The basilisk was green, but it's like a plastic lime green. And then these guys, I think, were an ivory color, but primed them with black. And then I think it's called Zenith highlight. You take white spray paint, or you can dry brush it on. Um, and you spray it on the direction you're assuming the light's coming from. So that when you put paint over top of it, the the same shade will appear to have a shadow on areas where it's black. I don't know how well I'm capturing that. Some people are really, really good at it. I'm not. Like a lot of the times, I'm just like, I'm just going to take darker colors and put them over here to get what I want. But once I get good at it, hopefully I'll be able to capture that more.
Sheldon says it's tough to keep the scales at that scale.
It's so true. You got it. Love the play on words. So right now I'm just trying to get like where to accept what color I want where. And so it's not like perfect. It's pretty messy looking, but I've learned that once you get the color where you want it, then you can go in and do the detail and then the wash.
Gingerbread says, "Oh yeah, you could kind of do dry brush for those scales, like I learned in ceramics painting."
I actually tried that, believe it or not. I tried to do the scales with the dry brush. It's how I did it originally is I just assumed I would highlight the scales with using like a lighter color. I should have just kept it that way because it did look better when I did that. But everybody in miniature painting, if you go look at, they love doing this really thin. A lot of them use ink. A lot of them actually don't use paint. And I know why because it's ink's really thin, and you can put more layers on without losing the um, detail. But they'll take like a dropper of the color they want. It's usually a darker shade of whatever they're using. And they'll drop it over the top and then it runs down in all the little crevices. And then everything pops out because you've got this black or much darker color that's in between everything, right? And then you let it dry that way. I tried that with mine, but I tried it with paint because I'm broke and so I'm using acrylic paint and I didn't have it thin enough. So it just, like, you can see that it has scales, but it didn't have the same effect. I don't even know if I'll be able to do it this one because I might have added too much paint to this one too. These people are just crazy, honestly. The Warhammer painters just, I don't even know. They're like gods of artists. I just can't even believe the stuff they're able to do. I'm like, is that like a real like figure? It looks so real. It's crazy. And they're so tiny.
I'm sure it's just a matter of like just practicing and getting better at it.
Yeah, I'm sure. But, I look at it, I'm like, why can't I do that right now?
Suck.
I'm the worst. Ginger says, wow, yeah, that's what my coworkers do. The Warhammer stuff, they are super serious about it. Oh, yeah, it's serious stuff. And it's not cheap to do it. So, like, that's why I'm doing Hero Quest. Warhammer is like next level if you paint Warhammer. They've been 3D printing their own to paint now. I've actually talked to my husband about getting a 3D painter if her 3D painter printer if I really get into this. Yeah, because I think I've seen a lot of people who do, and it just looks so cool. You can just paint some, and I'd like to print maybe a couple bigger things out. Maybe do some D&D characters for my, I don't know. We'll see. We've been playing, I don't know if anybody in here does. I'm just sometimes sounding a little bit of nerdy, but we've been playing Gloomhaven, which that is, I have really gotten into that one. That one is so fun.
What is that?
It is a board game, but it's also a it's similar to Hero Quest, but you have your characters can do certain things, and this one that we're playing, I believe, is 100 quests or 100 scenarios, and every scenario is different, and you're trying to beat every scenario, but you have all these different things that can happen. You have in-town quests, you have travel quests, you have, like, the main scenario that you're doing. It has been really fun to try to figure out. And we failed today's that we did. We failed it. And so we have to redo it. It's just interesting trying to, this one, you have to have a lot of patience and really strategic with your cards because if you run out of cards, your character is done. He can't continue on in this scenario. And it's super easy to. So that's something that's kind of unique too. You don't have that in like Hero Quest or some of the D&D.
Fun.
Yeah, they're fun. I think they're really fun.
Interesting that it's a board game.
Yeah, it's a board game. I mean, I don't know if you would call it. It's kinda it's not really similar. The only one I know, the most popular one, right, is D&D. I don't know how to, it's similar to that in a lot of ways, but it's different. You don't have a dungeon master. You don't have somebody who is running the game and then you're playing through it. So, like, you are playing against the game, but there is like 3 or 4 books that they've already written up all the scenarios for you. So as you're playing through it, you draw certain things at certain times, you're able to open doors to certain places. And then once you do, then you read through what will be in that room and set it up. You don't do it beforehand. So that's kind of unique because you don't have anybody running it for you.
Right.
That makes sense.
I'm just kind of interested in the fact that it's like, is it so who's all playing this? You, your husband?
And my two oldest sons.
I like the idea that you all are sitting down and doing this game like this together, but
Yeah.
it's not a game console. It's not a computer game. It's not a digital game. It's a
Oh yeah, no.
Ron, and I like that. That sounds fantastic, actually.
Yeah, and it was interesting because my husband and I were talking today, and there's a lot to run when you're running the monsters too, because you have to play for them. And not only just the monsters, but any character that's not your own, right? Any characters that aren't your own, you have to play for them. And he goes, well, there's an app that can keep track of their movement that they have or their initiative. And he said, but I don't really want an app. Like that's kind of what I've liked about this is there's no screens involved.
Yeah,
And so we're just like, no, we'll just try to, everybody will just have their role.
sounds fun. I want to find something like that that my boys are to, where I can sit down and do something with them, but they haven't really quite yet found any kind of like interests like this that they've really latched on to.
If I were to suggest, I would suggest Hero Quest first. Um, it is one where you would run it for them. Like they would run through it, but you would be like, you would know what's going to happen and you would prep it for them. But it's not a big prep time. Like you could read through the scenario in 20 minutes. And it has actual like figurines, but also it has like real little bookcases and stuff. And it's a lot shorter of a game. They would probably like that. There's tons less to keep up with, and it might let you know if, like, they like it, if they're getting into it. I think it's a good one, like, my 4-year-old can play it. So, obviously, he has help, but we can run through one in, less than an hour usually, whereas these scenarios we're running are 2 hours at least. So, I don't know, if I was gonna make a suggestion, I think that would be a fun one for you guys to get, and there's expansion packs, but it's got cool little figures like this, they might think that was cool, and if they end up liking it, then you could try, like, Gloomhaven and
Right.
some of the others. I don't know. I've actually really got into it since Christmas, um we got some of these, and it's honestly, it's been so fun. I do think it's helped us kind of step away from screens, step away from my phone. We do this thing, you know, and we take it very seriously. Everybody's trying to be strategic. My 10-year-old, I mean, he just latched onto it and he's keeping track of stuff that I didn't even know we needed to and reading up on stuff. It's been really fun.
Sounds great. I like that.
And you were blowing through that ink. I would seriously have already given up if it were me.
With what?
I would have just like smudged it all up. I would have just messed it up already. I can't believe how fast you ink. It's crazy to me. Just wild.
I learned to just kind of get fast and just kind of feel like if I go slow, I mean, there's times where I need to go slow because it's time to sit down and focus on a thing. But just generally speaking, I just feel like moving with some urgency, I guess,
Mhm.
gives it, I don't know, it keeps it exciting and kind of fun and sometimes helps keep the art kind of more interesting, rather than like meticulously going at a crawl. super slow. Like I try to like draw quicker. It gives the art some kind of energy and life to it. In theory, or I just might be speeding through it and just hurting myself because I'm not slowing down and taking the time like I should. I don't know.
No, that makes sense. I don't think it looks like you're hurting it at all. I think it looks great. And I know that I can't do it, but I can still criticize it.
I like it. I criticize
So,
way.
and yeah, it looks great. I thought your other one looked great, but I'd have to, bring it up.
I'll send you a picture when we get done where you can see what the first one looked like and then compare the redraws of this. And I think that you'll agree. You'll be like, okay, the other one, you're like, all right, maybe it was fine, but now that you've seen this one, you're like, all right, I see what you mean. You're right. The first one sucks.
I'm not gonna think that. Let's be real. I'm not gonna think that. Uh, oh boy.
Sheldon says Rob is one fast artist. Faux shizzle.
Faux shizzle. Faux shizzle for sure. Dude, this is just not. Point of my brush has got a bristle that's sticking out. Oh,
Should hate it when you get a little random bristle just effing up your world.
yeah, I do hate it, honestly. It's the worst. No. And I just did the thing that I was scared that I was going to do, and then I did it anyways.
Did I tell you how I was going to steal your name as the fake writer on one of my fake ads for a non-existent comic book series that's going to be in my book here? I've told you how I'm doing that, right? All these fake ads.
No, I don't think you told me this. And what were you gonna steal of mine? What is happening? I mean, I'm in, but I just want to know what's going on.
Told you, I'm pretty sure where I'm going to have ads like in a regular comic book. There's like
Oh yeah.
ads
Yeah.
from the studio that's making them. And I'm going to have a bunch of ads for fake comics that aren't going to exist. There's also going to be ads for books that will exist. But there's the one that character spread eagle. Remember that whole?
Oh my gosh, yes.
I was like, I was thinking like, oh, it's gonna be fun. I'll have it be like written by Jessica and then art by Rob.
Yeah, you know what? Do it. That'd be hilarious.
It's like it made me giggle.
It made me giggle.
Come up with these other ridiculous like ideas, like um somebody I was watching a live stream the other day and somebody said the phrase spray and pray.
What? Spring prey?
Spray and pray. You've heard that before, right?
Mm-mm.
Are you serious? How do
No.
I explain this in terms of like physical intimacy?
Say it again?
Pray and pray.
No, I've actually never heard that before.
Gosh, Jessica.
I haven't.
Well, use your
I
imagination.
said I think I can imagine though.
You're not wanting to get someone pregnant.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Thought taking that phrase and make it like I don't know. It'd be like I don't know, like a religious like a preacher with machine guns,
Oh my gosh, that actually would be great.
praying bullets, like praying for your soul.
That's actually really clever.
It's like, oh, that'd be funny, or sacrilegious, or both. Just
Oh, it would be.
another fake comic series called Spray and Pray.
Oh my gosh, that's
Hashtag
actually
whatever is going to dispense. He's spraying justice all over.
that's hilarious.
Gets I don't know
I
some.
do think these are pretty clever.
So that's another one of these things. I just my stupid brain come. I'm like, oh, that's one to go in. I actually have enough for book one, so some of these ideas will probably start showing up in the next one.
Oh, there's gonna be a 2, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep doing. I'm gonna keep going with these characters. Assuming I do a crowdfunder and it kind of works and anybody's interested, but I've got more stories to do where it's just these ridiculous scenarios of just the most over the top ridiculous shit that I can come up with.
That's awesome. I like it. I think it's so immature.
Yes,
Just the best that a 12-year-old boy can think of.
exactly. That's literally what it is. But yeah, how about the ad for Spread Eagle?
My husband, okay, he plays World of Warcraft. And he tells me how his character, he says today, so yeah, yeah, I got my character all going because I guess I haven't played in a really long time. But I guess there's like a new expansion coming out soon, or I'm not sure. But he's like, yeah, I got my character ready, old holy hole. I was like, "Holy hole? Really? Really? That's what you came up with?" He's like, "Yeah, it's funny." I was like, "How come everything with your characters' names have to be some type of innuendo
Because we're boys.
every single time?"
Childish
Mm,
boys, and we never really grow up, or we at least don't want it.
yeah, apparently. Like, why can't it just be, Bob?
Bob, that's boring. That's battery operated boyfriend.
He's like, he's like, it's hilarious. What? You don't think that's funny? I think it's so funny. He'll like be like, oh, his name is Captain Balls or something. I'm like, this is not the best thing you've come up with.
It's like, you know what? The guys will think it's awesome.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what he says. Mike laughed. Okay. Well, I'm glad your brother laughed at it. Uh, Shane says, yo,
Yo,
I'm back.
that is a lot of yoing.
It is indeed.
Yes, indeed.
I might actually jump off here. Gotta get my dog groomed before I go to bed. Before he goes in for his pre-appointment tomorrow.
Nut sniffing.
Speaking of balls, but yeah, this is looking better than I was looking when I jumped on here. I was getting kind of frustrated, so I'm glad. I'm glad feeling better about it.
What is it a figurine of? Like it's like some kind of like weird mutant creature thing.
It's like, yeah, it's called a Blythe. It's Skull Blythe is what it technically is. But yeah, it's like a tree with man with crystals growing out of him, and
Gross.
he's got um he's like his face is a skull, but he's got branches growing out of his face. Anyway,
Nice.
basic basically that's that's what he is. But it's looking pretty good.
Gingerbread says, I used to name all my characters It Burns When I Pee. See?
Uh, I'm not gonna tell my husband he'd take that.
Probably like, oh, that's brilliant.
That is such a good idea. That's hilarious.
Come up with that. I gotta.
I can't wait till the guild sees this. What, you don't like it? It burns when I pee? That's so clever.
I think that that's funny.
Why wouldn't you think that's funny? Why isn't that funny to you? Whatever makes you guys happy, you know?
Takes so little to make us happy.
That is true. You know what? That's a good point.
We're simple creatures.
Just be happy how easily you are appeased.
What the fuck? You just want to have like a campfire and sit around with your boys and just video games and sandwich. I'm like, yeah, that's
True. Perfect, honestly. Uh, Ginger says my wife names all her characters after dorky meat names like ham or pork.
hammer pork. I don't know why that's funny, but it is.
It actually is funny. I don't know why either, but
What's pork doing? Oh, running around. Uh, on Grand Theft Auto Online, they got this new thing where you can buy a mansion, and then when you get there, you can buy and have in your mansion a pet dog and cat. And so I asked my son, I'm like, son, look, I've got a dog. It's like a husky.
mm-hmm.
You get to choose like there's multiple types of dogs, and then you can choose the colors. And I asked my oldest boy Leo, I'm like, Leo, what do you want me to name the dog? And he's just like, Puke Bucket. I'm like, okay, done. So I entered the name. So whenever I go up to the dog, it says, do you want a pet Puke Bucket? I'm like, yes. And so then
Absolutely. That sounds fantastic.
I asked my younger son, I'm like, Drew, there's a cat. What should I name the cat? He's like, name him Peanut. I'm like, okay. So it's Peanut and Puke Bucket. I'm like, I love my boys.
Oh, wow. That's pretty funny. Ugh, good times. Kids are the best.
Most of the time.
Yeah, that's true. Most of the time.
Sheldon. He's like, I just saw a video of a pig called Chris P. Bacon. I've seen that video. Like a news anchor couldn't keep his shit together because it was like some news story. And they're like, the local so and so has a pig, and the pig's name is Chris P. Bacon. And then like the news reporter just lost. He could not stop laughing. It was funny.
That is funny. And also, yes, also that is clever. I will concede that is clever. That is a clever name.
Chris P. Bacon. Remember back in the day when you would to like South Park, they would release
hmm
on like VHS or DVD or whatever, like forever ago. They did a
Yeah.
where they were like on a cooking show where they're like introducing the episodes. Today's episode's our favorite. And they say that about every episode, and they talk about it for a minute, and they do like a skit, whether they're like again like they're chefs or whatever, but they're there cooking pork products, and they have a pig, and they're feeding the pig like bacon and sausage. I'm just like,
Oh my gosh.
but
Oh boy.
these guys are geniuses.
I used to think it was weird. I had chickens growing up. Chickens will eat literally anything. And we used to feed her them. We'd always call it slopping them, right?
Yeah, I slop the hogs.
Yeah. So we used to feed ours chicken, and I was like, "Isn't this cannibalism?"
Absolutely. I don't know.
Yeah, I was like, "They don't understand." I'm like, "Oh, this doesn't feel right."
The chickens become sentient, and then they understand. They're like, "You thought that was funny? Guess what we're gonna do to you?"
Yeah, exactly.
There's a horror movie idea. The sentient chickens or pigs.
Oh, gosh.
fed us our own people. So guess what dinner is? It's your mom. The
That could
title,
be a good movie.
the title of the movie would be like Hog Wild or something like that.
You're good with these names. Look at you.
Or bringing home the bacon or something like that. There's
That came to you real quick. All right. I should jump off here. I really gotta go for my dog. He's gonna it's either that's not gonna get done. I'm gonna go to sleep and then it's not gonna get done.
like I gotta do this now.
Have to do it now.
Uh,
Or it'll just not happen.
you, you're a early to bed person now?
I mean, I mean, it's later here than it normally. Well, I guess it's not normally when we normally do it. That's a little bit later.
Forget
What
about
time?
the 2 hour time difference.
Yeah, because it's what time is it? It's 7:42 right now. It'll probably take me an hour or two to get him groomed, and then I gotta get the little kids to bed.
You're a mom.
Yeah, I am. I really am. All right. Well, thanks for hanging out with me.
Oh, no, thanks
That
for
looks great.
fun.
Thanks to everybody else who chatted up with me. It was fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump off.
Have to do it again, of course.
Naturally.
I'm looking through the lens at my phone, which is kind of crazy. All right. Well, bye.
All right.
Good night.
Yes.
Unless you're somewhere else and it's different time and it's good morning, good afternoon. I don't know what it is in Australia, Nate. I used to know, but I don't. Bye.
Hey, Jess. I'm to y'all. So thanks, Ginger, Jerry, Sheldon, all y'all.